Dear students, today we are going to find what is the expression of AC current in terms of DC current. Now, why this was necessitated, this we will understand before we proceed actually finding the expression for the equivalent AC value in terms of equivalent DC value of current. Well, you see what happens in alternating current. Charge flows in one direction during first half cycle and the same amount of charge returns in the reverse direction in the second half cycle. So the net charge flown will be zero after completion of each complete cycle. So therefore the basic definition for current which we have started in terms that charge flown per second is current. So here you see the net current after completion of each cycle is 0. So that could not be the yardstick for the alternating currents. Means total charge flown will be always becoming 0 after completion of each cycle. So therefore we needed to find something more fundamental. Now the fundamental thing is that whether charge flows in one direction or in another direction, heat will be produced each time, and that will follow the Joule's law of heating. Means H is equal to I square RT. You all have learned in class 10. So this was found to be fundamental whether the current is a steady current, means unidirectional flow of charge is happening, or AC current means flow of charge is reversed after each half cycle. So on the basis of this fundamental fact that heat will be produced either it is flowing in one direction or flowing in another direction, and therefore we define the equivalent value of AC in terms of DC current. So we define and we call it IRMS, means root mean square current or root mean square EMF or voltage of AC in terms of DC. So IRMS or virtual current of AC is that current of DC which will produce same amount of heat in a resistance when flown for certain time that the AC will produce in the same resistance and when allowed to flow for same time duration. Means we want to find the equivalent amount of heat which the AC current is producing in terms of DC current. Means say for example 5 ampere of current is producing some heat while flowing through a resistance for a given time, then whatever AC current which produces the same heat when flowing through the same resistance for the same time, then that value of DC will be the root mean value of AC, that is the equivalent of that AC current. So here we define virtual or root mean square value of alternating current is that steady or unidirectional or direct current which when passed through a resistance for a given time would produce the same heat that alternating current produces in the same resistance in the same time of flow through the resistance. Means we are having in terms of equal heating effect. Now for DC we have the heat is equal to I square RT, but if we talk in terms of AC then we have current differently written and it is I is equal to I0 sin omega t, where I is the instantaneous AC current and I0 is the peak value of the current, and omega t is the phase, omega is the angular speed. Now here you see the total amount of heat produced in a small time duration will be given by say dH is equal to, for I we write I0 sin omega and for it is a square, so we have I0 square sin square omega t and RDT, we are considering a small amount of heat produced in a small time duration dt. Now we calculate the total heat produced in the time t is equal to 0 to t is equal to t by 2. Why we are taking this? Because you see, during the half cycle, charge is flowing in one particular direction, and so we are taking it t is equal to 0 to t is equal to t by 2, where capital T is the time period of alternating current, and the total heat produced during this duration t is equal to 0 to t is equal to capital T by 2, we integrate it. Here you see I0 square and R are constant, we take it outside, and we are left with a sin square omega t dt. But sin square omega t can be written as 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2. This we get from trigonometry, and therefore we have I0 square R outside the integration, limit t is equal to 0 to t is equal to capital T by 2, and within the integration we have 1 minus cos 2 omega t whole divided by 2. So if we write them separately, we have of course we have dt over here, dt is there, and so on integrating dt we get t within limits t is equal to 0 to t is equal to capital T by 2, and when we integrate cos 2 omega t by 2, we have 2 factor is there already, but 2 factor we have taken outside, so you have cos 2 omega t, when integrated we get sin 2 omega t with and divided by 2 omega. So, and with the limit is t is equal to 0 to t by capital T by 2. On putting the limits, here you see the first term becomes capital T by 2 because t is equal to 0, second term becomes 0, and this term sin 2 omega t is 0 whether small t is taken is equal to 0 or small t is taken is equal to capital T by 2, because you see, if you look at the sine wave, how it varies, you see, this is the point t is equal to 0, a starting point, and this is the half wave completed over here, and at this time t is equal to capital T by 2. So you see sine value is 0 at t is equal to 0, and sine value is 0 at t is equal to capital T by 2. So therefore this term becomes 0 minus 0, that is 0. So we have heat produced due to alternating current is equal to this much, heat produced due to DC current is equal to this much. So you equate it and we get IRMS R into T by 2. We are taking the time t is equal to t capital T by 2 for both the cases, and so same heat will be produced. By definition we want to keep the heat produced same for both the cases, and then whatever value of this DC will represent the IRMS value of AC. So that IRMS value, this is RMS value, IRMS is equal to I0 by I0 square, IRMS square is equal to I0 square by 2, because R and T by 2 is on both sides, so they get cancelled. Now if we take the square on both sides, we have IRMS is equal to I0 by root 2, and 1 by root 2 is equal to 0.707. So we can write IRMS is equal to 0.707 I0. So, and in the same manner, if you have found the value of IRMS, you can also find the value of ERMS. You see V is equal to IR, we can use this relation, and so we get ERMS is equal to E0 by root 2. So this is a equivalent value of AC in terms of DC, and we shall be using it very frequently. And also one thing you must note, that wherever the value of AC current or AC voltage is mentioned, what it is mentioning is nothing but its root mean square value, means its equivalent value in terms of DC. So wherever it is not mentioned otherwise, you take that it is the RMS value of AC. If it is voltage, it is RMS value of voltage, and if it is current, then you take it that it is the RMS value of current of AC, unless if it is not mentioned. So you must be not getting confused from now onward that what is this expression of AC representing. Well, thank you and have a nice day.